golfing world recently headed stateside to the Palmer Cup, held at Rich Harvest Farms in Illinois. The event uses a Ryder Cup-style format, with the best amateurs from colleges in the USA and Europe going head-to-head. Since Arnold Palmer was asked by the Golf Coaches Association to lend his name to the event in 1997, it's grown rapidly, and many of the professional names we know today previously played in the Palmer Cup. We spoke to the coaches of both the European and American teams to see how much this tournament means to them and their players.
Well, it's just great, you know, you coach some extremely talented young players still in college, and for me it's a wonderful experience. I mean, so many generations down, basically, you know, if you count a golf generation as 10 years, it's kids who are 20 years old, so that's 3 generations, and it's you know, it's an enlightenment to see how they're playing and the different that they are from the time when we were playing or I was playing, and that's cool.
The great part about it is these guys are really, really good, and to kind of have a seat in the front row for that it's awesome.
Team tournaments aren't unusual in amateur golf, but the Palmer Cup stands out. Being backed by the king, Arnold Palmer himself, has helped the tournament attract the very best players from all corners of the globe. And there's always great support for each team, generating an electric atmosphere every year.
With the Walker Cup being, you know, every other year, you could end up missing something like this. So by having it every year, I think, you know, that provides more opportunities for guys to get a chance to do it at least once. I think if you look at the impact that it's had, you just need to look at the European team this year. You know, there's not a guy from England on this team, and you know, Poland and Austria, and so, you know, his goal has always been to grow the game worldwide, and I think this year this event shows just how far golf has gone.
Well, the Palmer Cup, you know, everybody knows how big a deal it is. It's a great initiative that Arnold Palmer had 19 years ago, and to be really honest, as I said before, it's the future, and the future of the game lays within the youth, and at the end of the day, you know, if you can try to give them some experience, some knowledge, share some knowledge with them, that's what was in his mind, and he's done a fantastic job.
Luke Donald, Hunter Mahan and Dustin Johnson are among the outstanding names who've participated in previous years, and this season's players are keen to follow in their footsteps. Among them is Maverick McNeely, ranked 2nd in the world amateur rankings.
Well, this is my first time representing my country, and I've talked to some friends who've done it, and they said it was an incredible experience, and it's lived up to every expectation I had for it. This place is incredible. Rich Harvest Farms is such a fun place to get to play golf for a couple days and to play with some of the best players in the country and best players in the world. It's really quite an honor, and I've just had a blast this week.
Plenty of important work is done off the course at the Palmer Cup too, with charity events leading up to the tournament and skills seminars held for players to offer insight and experience of how things change when turning professional. There are lessons in how to represent themselves and the importance of giving back to the communities they visit.
Well, I think it's this, plus the other things we've had to do. You know, a college am for sponsors, a junior clinic, sit in there the first night and sign flags and posters for a couple hours. I mean, that's a tour player's life. And that's the learning to give back where, you know, a regular collegiate event, it's in, it's out. We run to dinner and go back and sit and watch television. So I think this event begins to show them the other half that they don't see, the life of a touring professional.
They ranked in the, if not the best players in the world, and it's not the best under 22, it's the best altogether, and that's what's wonderful. So it gives them as well, you know, there's this kind of feel about playing maybe in the future for some of them, like we have many examples, to play in the Ryder Cup and to compete at the highest level. I do believe that having the European playing against the American is always something tasty.
And tasty it was. The USA held a strong 14-6 lead going into the final day, and although they'd eventually win the event 18-12, there was some exciting play on the closing holes and some outstanding performances. Hunter Stewart of the USA finished with a perfect record, 4 wins and no losses, beating Thomas Detry 4-3 in his final singles match. Once again, the event was a huge success. The 2016 edition of the Palmer Cup will be at Formby Golf Club in the north of England.